21 more days. 21 more days. And the city is kind of quiet. Odd, to say at least. Yeah.
Oh, hey, there's Press M to start.
It's just him. Cue the intro.
Hey, that's my uncle!
Yo, it's your host M with Press M to start. And, well, simply put, 21 more days until the big money maker for this city comes to town. And as you can see, it's quiet for Tuesday, July 2nd. I guess you could say evening, kind of. Yeah, pretty much this video is going to be about my predictions, speculations, and all the cool exclusives that are going to be coming this year. So walk with me. We'll walk around, see what's up, what's cool, what's not, who's getting ready, and who's not getting ready, I guess. So, yeah. All right, so we're out front of Hall H, the notorious Hall H, where many awesome things happen, from like announcements to like new Marvel movies to when Star Wars was good, you know, George Lucas used to make the rounds there, to even DC. Pretty much my predictions for this year's Comic-Con. Simply put, good news, I guess Marvel isn't going to be here, which I'm okay with that. Never really got into the superhero, I guess, trend. Did when I was a kid, but not so much now. What else? DC is having a really small presence this year when it comes to what they're going to be, I guess, presenting when it comes to the Peacemaker. Apparently, John Cena is going to be making an appearance along with James Gunn. And yeah, overall, other predictions, I think this year is probably going to be rather quiet when it comes to big blockbusters, movies at least, TV shows as well, since everything has turned into a streaming thing overall. Me personally, I find it really hard to kind of keep up with a lot of the stuff nowadays, just because like if you don't have Max or Amazon Prime, Netflix, all those streaming services that you gotta cough up a dime for, you're not keeping up with anything. And I kind of tend to be a little picky with what I watch mostly nowadays. So for me, this year's Comic-Con isn't really that exciting, to say the least. Other than the exclusives, you can't go wrong with the exclusives. A lot of really cool stuff for sure that's going to be happening with exclusives. So yeah, we'll talk more about that in a few. So just keep on walking and chilling. So currently out posted in front of the convention center, kind of giving you a nice little view of the gas lamp quarters where a lot of the activities for all the locals happen. This year, from what I heard, Shudder is going to be presenting I'm assuming it's a corn maze based off of the movie that came out this year called Clown in a Cornfield. And I'm hearing it's not meant for kids, just because, killer clowns hiding in cornfields is something that, every child should experience at least once in their life. What else? I know from what I'm hearing, Adult Swim is also going to be making an appearance, like they do every year with their, who knows what they're going to be having this year, actually. I know every year it's always something different. Past couple of years, from what I've noticed, they've been doing like a concert stage setup in the back of the convention center. What else? I know when it comes to actual panels that I do want to see this year, Film Threat, Chris Score and Alan Ng, Thursday at 7 o'clock, they're going to be having a panel along with other individuals who are really into indie when it comes to making independent movies and stuff like that. The panel is called if I'm correct, indie movie survival guide, and they pretty much give out pointers, advice how to, be able to make independent movies and have it, get financed when it comes to writing. It's pretty much an overall Q&A with a bunch of people who are heavily involved in independent films. I know last year when I went, I believe I went to a panel that Chris Gore was on, and I want to say it was in relations to, it was like a workshop when it came to like writing, screenplays and stuff like that. So, yep, pretty excited to, be able to get to go to that one. And that overall, there's not a bunch of panels that I'm actually rather interested in seeing this year. There's a few that I might walk in on and just sit and see what the hell's going on. But overall, this year, my main priority is exclusives. Definitely going to be spending some money on K-Robots exclusives. They got some pretty cool stuff for sure. And loading up my DVD collections because I can't really find good anime Blu-rays anywhere else unless I go to, Amazon. So, what else? You can't miss the J-List booth. J-List booth always has the goods. And apparently the train is about to get going. So, yeah, on to the next spot. So, yeah, that is most of the stuff that I got going on when it comes to my time for this month when it comes to Comic-Con. Still beginning of the month. Comic-Con hasn't really started to make it really apparent that it's time, but little things here and there. Granted, I didn't get to show that stuff off because I was just trying to walk around and kind of go to all the main locations. And that, yeah, that's my niece. So, anyways, even just looking at the panels right now, I mean, there's not a whole lot that is catching my interest, to say the least, other than that film threat panel, which isn't even a film threat panel. It's Chris Gore is talking at it. Yeah, she wants Uncle. It's probably the only video my niece is going to be in. So, viewers, 6 going on 26. Yep. But yeah, I mean,
my uncle just poops around in the toilet.
Yep, I poops around the toilet.
And he forgot to flush it.
I forget to flush apparently, even though it's you. But yeah,
Son.
this is all going in the video. I'm just saying, It's always a good idea to take the family out and try to make content, apparently. Hopefully this is quality. But yeah, I mean, just looking right now, it's like Friday's line up when it comes to panel. Nothing really interesting. I mean, like 100 years of comics in the New Yorker. I don't read the New Yorker, so I'm not going into that. I mean, Joy and Resistance, Difficult Girls. What is that? I have no clue. Oh, here's one. Lucasfilms Publishing.
And he poops around.
Yeah, Lucasfilms does poops around. They poops around a lot.
And he doesn't flush the toilet anytime.
Yep.
And he poops in his pants.
Yep, Disney Star Wars poops their pants and they don't flush the toilet because they got some floaters. Hey, kid, hey, kid. We're talking about Disney Star Wars right now, aren't we? Yeah, we are. So, but yeah, Star Wars, the Acolyte, the Crystal Crown. I'm assuming is a kind of book that they're trying to release to keep the Acolyte alive. Because at this point, Disney Star Wars is just being a dead horse, and they're trying to get their money's worth because that cow is running dry. And with the recent announcements that they're putting off the sequel, I guess the sequel trilogy, starring Rey Palpatine is not Skywalker. She is not a Skywalker. They just need to beat that dead horse
Yeah.
until I'm assuming it's raspberry jam. Yeah, yeah. All right, kiddo, go with your daddy.
No.
You're getting a little out of hand. But just gotta show how it's done, right? So I mean, yeah, it's just none of these panels interest me at all, especially with like all the big studios not really making anything important to say the least this year. Um, so on that note, I guess we'll just talk about exclusives. Previously, I had mentioned that Kid Robot is selling a lot of cool stuff. They're selling a bunch of really cool Hello Kitty stuff that, of course, my niece is going to be getting because Hello Kitty is the shit. And that, yeah, I know Super 7 is going to be hosting a pop up at their store where they're turning the entire store into the destroyed train cart that is in Godzilla Minus One. If you haven't seen Godzilla Minus One, highly recommend it. The movie is pretty much making Godzilla freaking terrifying. It's bringing Godzilla back to its own stomping grounds when it comes to him being an unstoppable force that's very terrifying. And that, yeah, they're going to be selling a lot of exclusive Godzilla merchandise there, along with a bunch of other booths. See if I can find some right now. I probably can, but I mean, at this point, I'm scrolling on my phone, talking to the camera. So I'm gonna try to wrap this up and go into the next part when it comes to talking about what's going on near Petco Park, because I can talk about exclusives all day long. I know when it comes to one of the hot items that I'm being told to buy is a Fernando Tatis Jr. baseball figure that UCC, if I remember correctly, is selling for like $40. And someone who's a casual consumer of baseball, not a fanatic, it looks pretty sick. I'm gonna get me one for my brother and my boss at work. He likes that stuff too. And someone is definitely smoking the ganj. But yeah, so yeah, on to Petco Park. And we're over at Petco Park now, where they usually have a lot of fun activities going on for the general public as well. I know they got a big parking lot over there that FX, the TV network, usually rents out, and they have a bunch of attractions, jumpies, I think like walkthroughs, stuff like that. Stuff that they can present the latest TV shows, new stuff that's coming to the network, along with Petco's Park, Gallagher Square, where I believe this year on Saturday, doors open at 7:30. They're going to be having a live orchestra playing the 1989 Batman soundtrack to the actual movie. So you get to listen to a live orchestra while Michael Keaton, Batman, is on screen doing his thing in all his glory. You can't go wrong with Tim Burton. I mean, he directed that. Like, it's Gotham, peak stuff compared to like a lot of the Gotham that we're getting nowadays, where there's just like super realistic, and I don't really care for it. I personally think Tim Burton's vision of Gotham City was a character on its own. But nonetheless, other events that they're going to be hosting this year around this area is a little Japanese market with a actual sumo wrestling event, if I remember correctly. Tickets are rather pricey for both events. I know tickets go on sale for the Batman event starting Tuesday, July 8th at 9 a.m. And the sumo wrestling event, you can buy those tickets already. I'll try to provide the link to you in the description down below. So it's your boy M, your host M, that guy who is from Press M to Start, bringing you his speculations, gossip, predictions of this year's Comic Con. So till then, I will catch you in the next video. Peace.
Hey, like and subscribe for Oscar's video.
Yeah, like and subscribe for Uncle's video.